Good morning, and welcome to the next episode of You Can Make It, a Survivor's Guide to Living with Lupus. I'm Linda Washington, and today I'm going to talk to you briefly about my diagnosis. I was diagnosed with lupus in 1992, my freshman year of college, Offit College, South Carolina State University. First time I'm ready to go away from home. About 6 weeks into the semester, I started running fevers, and we're not talking about like 99, 100. My fevers would go up to 104.5. The first time it went up this high, my roommate, sweet, wonderful lady, young lady named Tanika, she calls my mom, calls the RA. They take me to the hospital. My mom and dad come up there. They say I have a kidney infection, and they ordered me to go to the infirmary once a week to get these shots of Rosifin. But they say everything should go, come on down, and they send me back home. Of course, everything subsides for about maybe I would say 10 days. Then the fevers resume. During this time, since I had graduated from high school, my hair was coming out little by little, and I had no idea that all of these things were connected. My hair was coming out. I was losing weight consistently. I mean, just consistently and constantly losing more and more weight. And it continued. And anyway, about the third time I had these fevers of about 104.5, my roommate calls my mother because I'm trying to hide it because I want to stay up at school. But I'm getting sicker and sicker. I did not have the typical butterfly rash. A lot of people are diagnosed by the rash that comes across the bridge of the nose and goes up the cheekbone, and I didn't have that. And long story short, we come down to the doctor. They give me a test. I end up at the Medical University of South Carolina. I am diagnosed with lupus. That was one of the hardest things I ever had to do because I was so sick when I first got diagnosed. I had to leave school. And at this time, if you're a young lady, you're just off at school for the first time, and you're so excited about going off to college, and you have to leave because you're sick. And I had never been sick before. My whole life, maybe had, like the flu, cold, but I'd never been sick, and I had to leave school. So this was really devastating for me. But I thank God that my mom, my dad, my family was there, my church was there. I had friends there, and they kept pushing me. And they kept telling me the Lord's not going to put any more on you than you can bear. And my mom kept saying, Lynn, this is just a bend in the road. And at that time, I couldn't see it. But she's like, it's a bend in the road. And I'm saying, Mom, my life is over. Here I am with this disease. And the ironic thing was, I was diagnosed at 18. My sister was diagnosed with lupus at 8 in 1985 when they didn't hardly know anything about lupus. We'll get into her story later, because if you think I'm a miracle, you wait till I share her story with you. But I have to wait until she could be here because I want you to see that God is real, and we out there that have been diagnosed with this disease, we can make it. God has not forgotten us. He has not thrown us away. He's waiting to show his healing power through us. And I'm a witness that he's done it. It's been 24 years since I got that initial diagnosis. And in the future, I'm going to share with you about having to have my joints replaced. My first joint replacement I had at 24 years old. Going through kidney failure 3 times. Having a failed transplant. Having the doctors tell my parents, hey, this child is not going to make it. Her heart is just beating itself to death because everything was shutting down. But I'm still here. But today I just wanted to tell you about, if you're just being diagnosed with lupus, it's not the end of the world. You can make it even through the treatments, whatever the doctor's telling you to do. Be obedient, but lean on God's word. After I was initially diagnosed, it was not all those kidney infections they thought I had. It was actually lupus nephritis, meaning that I had systemic lupus. There's systemic lupus and there's discoid lupus. Systemic lupus can attack any system of the body, and it can attack more than one system at one time. At that time, they said I had systemic lupus, lupus nephritis. It was bothering my kidneys. And I went through 2 cycles of Cytoxin, which is a form of chemotherapy. And each cycle is about 2.5 years. I went through 2 cycles. I was near the end of my second cycle. when I have the doctor that I've had now for the past 21 years, when I found that cytoxin does not work as well on African American females as it does with Caucasians and those of other ethnicities. So then I was moved to CellCep, which I've been on for the past number of years, and I haven't had a lupus flare in about 8 years. But today I just wanted to share about my diagnosis and initially how my hair fell out. I lost all of the weight. It was just a miserable, miserable time for me. But after that time, I bounced back after the initial diagnosis. I was able to enroll in school. I had to come back home to go to school. But I did enroll to the University of South Carolina, where I graduated. I also received degrees from Park University, and my graduate is from Webster University. So even through all of this, you can still finish school. You can still do whatever your dreams are out there. Do not let lupus beat you. You have the victory. Victory is in Jesus. Next time, we're going to talk about my first initial treatments and some of the other things that I've gone through with lupus. If you have any questions, please feel free to hit me out, email me, inbox me. I'm out there. I'm hoping that we can lean on one another and gain strength through one another because we are helpers one to another. God bless. Have a great day. Peace.